Alright, so the chemical reaction we did was vinegar and baking soda. A simple reaction, used all over the world. Kids use it, adults use it. Scientists, from what I know, will most likely not use it, but it could have some effect that I just don't know about and that they use. Anyways, reaction is simple. You pour in the vinegar into the baking soda, and you get this massive volcano-looking effect. It's pretty cool. Everyone's used it for, whether it's for science projects, whether it's for fun. People use it all the time. How it works though is the citric acid in the vinegar and the sodium bicarbonate in the baking soda forms together and creates sodium acetate. And now what you're seeing when I pour in, it won't be as big, but you'll see. When I pour, oh, it's big, cool. When I pour in the vinegar to the baking soda, what you're seeing is the H2O, which is the water and the carbon dioxide, coming together and creating bubbles, giving it volcano-like effect. Okay. The second chemical reaction we chose to do was borax and glue. The glue's name polyvinyl acetate, which is the chemical name for it, and the chemical name for borax, sodium tetrahydrate decahydrate. It's a hard name to say, but you get it. Anyways, what happens is you take your glue, you ready to put the borax in there, you take your glue and you, give me a second here, open it up, pour it in, pour in a good amount, and that's probably good enough. And it takes a second to do, but you'll mix it around. And so the second chemical reaction we're supposed to do was a mix of borax and glue, and what that does is form slime. And basically, the chemical names for glue and borax is for borax, sodium tetrahydrate decahydrate, it's a long name, and polyvinyl acetate for glue. And basically what that does is when you take the borax, which we've already poured into the water here, there's some glue in there too, it'll dissolve in the water and form sodium ions and tetrahydrate ions as well. The hydrogen bonds that will form in the water between the glue and the borax will bond together, and the glue is already sticky. There's reasons for that, you know, and that will form together, and you can't see it yet, but pour it in now. It'll make, there's a lot of glue, it'll make slime because it sticks together. So as I'm sure you know, this slime was popular back in like middle school. Every kid's done it. I'm sure adults even do it still to this day. They're taking to mix around. But in terms of scientists doing it, this is pretty useful for a lot of things. It could patch things up, fix things. I doubt it will be used just like this. I doubt it will be like this glue and borax mixed together. But I'm sure that scientists can use it. So it would have some real world effect. It could fix things, and it's not perfect yet, but as you can see, you mix it with the borax, and it's weird, but you get a good mix, and you kind of get a basic version of slime here. Anyways, yeah, that's how you mix slime. Simple. So for the final product, chemical reaction we're supposed to do, my fault, is creating diamonds. So basically, how diamonds are created. This one is man-made, but how they're created in general is just deep in the earth. And then, you know, the deeper in the earth you go, the harder it gets, more pressure there is. So these diamonds are formed. They're carbon-based atoms, but some impure gases can still get in. And with this one though, it's all monitored. It makes sure there's no impurities in it. So basically, what happens is the hydrogen and the methane are two main things in it. Hydrogen is turned to two protons, and then the methane and the plus the protons equals the main thing here, methane. And hydrogen's there too, but the main thing is methane. And the methane was used to create more diamonds. The hydrogen's there too. And then if you look at this is where it really like shows how it's made. The proton replaces the hydrogen, and the methane replaces that proton. And it's on both sides. So then you do the same thing over here. You replace the, oh, I'm sorry, the wrong way. place the the hydrogen with the proton, you place it with the methane, and then you place the methane with another proton, and that removes an electron from it. And then you do it on this side too until it's left with two of them, and that's just the carbon, and the methane, my fault, and the hydrogen. And then if you see here, it practically just repeats itself because this is diamonds, really. That's the end product of it. What I mess up. So anyways, this whole process, man-made, would be called chemical vapor deposition. And basically what that means is these diamonds are pure carbon. So what's happening is the process is repeating itself over and over and over again. So you're adding on more and more carbon, and with the heat and the pressure that's already there, it'll form bigger and bigger diamonds, and it gets to the point where they'll just be harvested, and then you have actual diamonds. So